Welcome to DWI Steelers segment, where we are your hosts. That's Duve, that's Wax, I'm Illy. We are DWI. Fellas, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Fellas, yo, lot to catch up on. What are you guys thinking about the doggone schedule? Because you know the schedule came out this weekend and I'm feeling damn good about it, man. And you know me, dude. You know me. You asked me earlier, am I going to jump out the window? That's a good question, my brother.
You doing it?
The answer is yes. I'm definitely jumping out of the window because I feel like with this schedule, the way it looks, we got a chance to be conference champs, man. We're going to win the whole conference, man.
All right. Hey, so, I hope. It all depends on, who's throwing the pill, I guess.
Now, that's the part that we need to get straight into. So let me ask you first, dude. How you feeling about week one? Because when you say who's throwing the pill, do you remember the Jets? Do you remember who's at the Jets right now?
Mm-hmm.
So when you say throwing the pill, it's not leaving a good ring with me. It's not sitting well. It's not resonating, Wax, because we traded a young man that I felt like we could have used.
Yeah.
But how you feeling about that first game as a retribution game? Because if we get who I think we're going to get or who we think we're going to get, it's going to be damn near tit for tat.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. We can go through the schedule and try to figure out, what we think our records will be at the end of it.
Right.
But I kind of want to do it because we don't know if he's going to be here or not. So we can do it with Mason and then with Aaron, right?
All right.
If we got Mason, I still think this is a win. I think it's a win either way with Mason or Aaron Rodgers. I think we can stifle Justin Fields a little bit because he's gonna be trying to run around, and usually week one TJ Watt's out there going crazy.
Right.
And he's probably gonna be fresh having that nice $200 million deal or whatever he's gonna get. So
right.
I'm thinking that's gonna be a dub.
Now, let me ask you, Wax, how you feeling about the retribution game? Or should I say retribution bowl? Because we got their quarterback, they got ours. And that's in the event that we get Golden Boy, who's holding out and waiting. And as for Golden Boy, y'all know who it is. He just came fresh from the Jets, and that's your very own Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. I can care less what we do with him. He needs to retire, first and foremost.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. And we don't need to be sniffing after his behind.
Right.
While he's telling us to kiss it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
in the event that we do get him,
I feel like we're going to win. We're going to beat the Jets with any of our quarterbacks.
Right.
Hands down. We'll stifle Justin Fields. We've been playing against him for a year at least. Our defense has. You know what I'm saying? So we know what he got. We know what he's capable of.
Right.
We just got to stop the run and lock and clamp down, and we'll be all right. Stop the quarterback run, I mean.
Right.
Now, given the right circumstance, which we know this boy has wheels, he can move if he feels like that pocket is collapsing. I'm a little bit curious to see if he gets a good hit. Is he going to be able to move around like that all game?
Right.
So I say that we're going to win. Definitely going to beat the Jets. If we do have Aaron Rodgers, I feel like this is a game where he could showcase, listen, I didn't need you guys the whole time. I'm with an offense that can solidify a win. So I feel like if he does end up coming to the Steelers, or anybody, like you guys said, for that matter, that we're going to do extremely well in that first game.
Right.
Moving forward, week 2, Seattle Seahawks. Now, some might project them to do well. How you feel like they're going to do against the Steelers?
I don't know if they're going to be that good this year because they probably got a rookie quarterback. I think they got Jalen Milroe, and I forget who their starter is. I was trying to look it up. Hold on, give me a second. All right, Seattle, they got Sam Darnold, Drew Lock. They just drafted Jalen Milroe. So, yeah, I don't know. They might be good if Sam Darnold can do what he did last year, what he did with Minnesota.
Right.
But I think that's a win. I think we can win that one with either quarterback. I think that we need to start off fast this year. So I'm saying that's a win with either one.
Wax, how you feeling about that Seattle game?
I feel the same. I think we'll beat them. They've been not good for the last couple of years. And I know it's a new season and stuff, but it's going to take them a minute to get everything firing on all cylinders.
Right.
And are we like this? Are we talking about Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph, or Aaron Rodgers and Will Howard?
Probably, I was saying Mason Rudolph because he'll probably start, but we can go Mason slash. We can go Mason slash Will Howard because I'm guessing if Mason gets out there, if we just have Mason
And he Masons it up.
yeah, and he Masons it up, eventually it'll be Will Howard anyway. I'm not sure when that'll be. Like, let's say Mason started the season, he'll probably make it through the first 4 or 5. But if we lose a couple of those first ones, they'll probably will stick Howard in there around week 7 or 8.
Yeah, depending on how good he looks in training camp and whatnot.
Right.
But
Right. Go ahead. What do you think, Ellie?
I think we're going to beat the Seahawks. I mean, despite the fact on what's going to happen, I want to focus in on the running. I feel like that running back that we have, there's nobody up front that's going to be able to stop us. Once we move Broderick Jones back to his natural position,
Right.
and put the young boy we just drafted in his spot, that
Johnson.
Put Johnson on that left side.
Right.
Is going to be able to create that steel curtain again, but on the offensive side. I feel like Caleb Johnson, him and the 1-2 punch of Jalen Warren,
Yeah.
they're going to be able to move that ball around the way they want to.
Right.
So I feel like there's nobody that's going to be able to contain us in that game up front.
Right.
That the Seahawks,
Right.
would be able to.
Yeah,
put
we need both of them to have a nice season this year.
Yeah.
To get our running game back going. All right, next game is New England. Week 3 at New England.
We owe them cats.
And they got what, Drake. Hold on, they got Drake May at the quarterback. So this is his second year, I think.
Right.
So I think for me. I'll start it out. I think that should be a win for us too. It should be either quarterback.
Right.
So I got us at 3-0 right now.
What about you, X?
same. I feel like we got to play the Patriots and the refs, even though they're not the same Patriots we used to face.
No.
But like, we owe them a couple ass whippings.
They still have that stigma, that stench. You dig what I'm saying? That New England stench.
That cheat stench
Yes,
coming
right.
off of their skin. Like, they're seeping cheat.
We got to make sure that them footballs are definitely, an ordinance of the game that we're playing, because with all due respect, we know what them cats are capable of.
Right, but there's no more Belichick there, so I think they got Mark Vrabel there. So he's a hard nose. He's gonna have them boys ready to play.
He is, but do you think that if a couple of those footballs come up with like minus 3 ounces of air, that he's going to be sitting up here like, who the hell did this? Like, during that game, he's going to put them footballs in there, and they're going to commence to doing what the hell they're trying to accomplish.
Right.
Now, that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about this next game, because this Minnesota game got so many fucking quirks to it, because I don't even believe this game's going to be in the state.
Nah, it's in Ireland.
What?
Ireland, 9:30 in the morning, I believe.
Bruh. So not only do we got to play a team that we haven't played in a couple of years, we got to play them out of the country.
Right.
So that's going to be something to see. Well, how you feeling about it, Wax? That Minnesota game?
I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, man, we don't do well in other countries and shit.
Right.
Like, so I think jet lag and all of that stuff is gonna play a part.
Right.
So I might say we take an L, even though I don't think their team is better than ours. I just think the surroundings around the game is what's gonna cause us to take that L.
They got their quarterback is it's his first year playing. It's his first year starting, I think, J.J. McCarthy. He's coming off an injury. So we got a shot. They got a really, really good defense, though. So, like you said, it's gonna come down to, mistakes. It's gonna come down to little mistakes on either side of the ball. So
Right.
I think we can get this one. I think we can get this one in Ireland. That's like they've been pushing for this game. The Roonies have been. So hopefully the Steelers go there and get and are ready to lace them up and get to it and show the international crowd a good show.
I hope we do win. I just don't feel like we
Right.
Spidey senses.
Yeah, like we don't lock in on
Right.
game, like out of the country games.
Yeah, because that last one, I forget where it was. It was England. We got our ass. I think the Jags. We went up there and got our ass whooped.
We got embarrassed.
Yeah,
up
we
there.
did.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like it's going to bring that Irish luck.
Right.
I feel like the Irish luck mixed with the Rooney family, mixed with this game, I think we're going to do very, very well. Not to mention, I know the boy J.J. McCarthy. I know him very well, but you know why? Because he comes from that university that I'm oh so familiar with, and that's Michigan.
Right.
Shout out to Michigan. Shout out to J.J. McCarthy before this game. But he's...
Go ahead.
Is there a problem, Wax?
Yeah, nah. What was y'all like 2 and something last year?
Listen, it don't matter.
I'm just-
Hold on.
just
We'll
saying.
address this. I'll be right back. It don't matter what we was, Wax.
Oh, it matters.
You know what?
It matters.
It don't even matter what I'm about to say next. You know why?
Why?
Because I might not say anything next until
Until-
these people do 3 things.
And what's that?
Like, share, and subscribe. And I believe our boy Dude got something to add to that. Dude, what you got to add to that?
Get in that comment section, man. What y'all think the record's going to be this year?
Definitely. I definitely feel like I'm going to jump out the window just for the simple fact that I got my damn lucky boots on and I am wearing my shit as I do that little motherfucking Irish.
Right.
You know, we'll talk about that later. But that game is going to be oh so great because we're going to kick their butt. And J.J. McCarthy, unbeknownst to everybody here, hasn't had to pass in 2 years. He got hurt last year during camp.
That's the Michigan bones.
See,
Go
there
ahead.
you go, man.
Go ahead.
In the
That
year that
Michigan
we-
water.
This is going to sting, fellas, so cover your ears. In the year we won that national championship, hold on, I'm on the panel, on the press panel. In the year we won that national championship, he didn't pass a lot that year. I believe he did pass for like 1,000 yards, but he didn't have to because they had a tremendous run core. So, but I think we're going to do very well against them boys in Ireland. So I call a win. So at that point, we're going to be 4.
Yeah, I got us 4-0. This
got
is just, yeah, you got us
3-1.
3-1. This is wishful thinking for me because you already know how we do. Anything can go wrong in any of these games. But we
I
got
don't need you to end that great segment with that slap rock.
It
wowsy, woo, woo. Like, no. Continue to, we're wheeling this.
right. But all right, we got. I feel you.
Going to end it on a bad note talking about, and if we don't, like, trying to reserve the right to be right on both sides. See how these cancers do?
It's called hedging my bet.
Yeah, it is. You was like, I want to bet for Tennessee. And then 2 minutes later, like, I want to bet against Tennessee. Like, you going to make sure you win.
Right.
Now.
Or make sure I don't lose.
Right. There you go. I feel you. I feel where you're coming from.
Know.
That's smart. Now, next week, we get to relax. Because that's 4 games against teams where I feel like these are confidence-boosting games.
Right.
You know what I mean, Wax? I feel like these 4 games that we're playing at the beginning of the season initiates, hey, we started a brand new season. Let's let all of that dismay go behind us and, move through the muck.
Right.
We got a lot to get out of because this is a defining season, I feel, this season here. Because this is going to solidify what you guys have been talking about as far as coaching and what I've been trying to get across to you both and the disbelievers out there who feel the same way you do, which isn't many, but,
We'll see.
y'all know what it is.
Wishful thinking,
Right.
I say. Wishful thinking.
Now,
But
after that-
let me ask y'all real quick.
Good.
Do you think the bye week being so early is a gift or a curse or both?
That's a good question. Dude, you want to answer first?
I don't like it this early.
Why?
Because we need it later to especially after some of these harder games, we need that break, I think, sometimes later in the season to get people rested up for the run, for the late season run. But
Yeah.
I would agree with you, but from what I can see, from what I can ascertain when I look at the schedule, I don't see a hard game until week 10.
all right, well, let's get into it. Let's get to the next week.
All right, well, without further ado, Cleveland. Cleveland in the house, and we need to send them boys on packing because here's the thing. We got a little something to settle with Mr. Sanders, welcoming him to the NFL.
You think he's going to be starting by week 5?
I know he's going to be starting. The way they go through, they got
Week
5
6?
quarterbacks.
They got
By week
yeah.
6, there's going to be 2 quarterbacks that may not be on that roster. And out of the three quarterbacks, if they're not starting Mr. Sanders, something's wrong. Because at that point, hopefully they're 2-4 because they're by it's probably week 9 or something like that.
Right.
Something crazy down the road. Wax, how you feeling about this Cleveland game?
It's gonna be a tough one.
You think?
I do.
It's home, by the way.
Yeah, it's at home, but
I believe I addressed that, but
Oh, my bad.
no,
they
it's all
always
good.
come to play, and it's always like, well, I can't say always because the last couple of years, you know what I mean. We would squeak a win out here and there, but like I feel like it's gonna be a close game. But I got us winning at home.
Right.
Okay,
I just got
good
us
stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Wax. I'm gonna got us winning. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Wax. I got us winning this one at home.
Now you
right
know.
after the bye, so I got us 5-0.
Now you know Myles Garrett just got that. He got that extra money that they pushed that inside of that
Right.
big ass.
Too
net,
bad.
that burlap sack he got.
Too bad he can't throw the ball and run the ball.
I agree. But you definitely think he's going to be trying to earn his keep at that game because it's a
He
rival
always
game.
does. He always does.
The first time we played him last year, we were, we had the snow. Now, mind you, this is going to be in October, right after my birthday. So I need these boys to make that, transition in the ass kicking mode.
Right.
At this point, I'm agreeing with you both, and we're going to be 5-0 at that point. Now,
Right.
this next week, Wax, you remember how you was always talking about Cincinnati and that high-powered offense? Mm-hmm. Well, that's who we got.
Yeah.
How you feel like we're going to do in this game?
Wait, is it home or away?
It's away.
You know what? I got us winning that one.
Thursday night short week.
Yeah, I got us winning that one. With that being said, that like it just made it a little bit tougher, but
Right.
we're gonna win that one. I think we sweep them this year.
Right.
You do.
Yeah, I got us taking our first loss. I think Burrow's gonna be back, and I just got us taking it on the short week, trying to and the Cleveland games are usually tough, so I got us taking a loss on that one.
I'm glad you showed up. So you can bear witness to me jumping straight out the world. Damn. That's sorry, y'all. Now that I landed on my feet, I think we're gonna pull this game off. It's gonna be, listen, it's not even gonna be a dogfight. Because Joe Burrows is going to get enough of trying to play against the Pittsburgh Steelers with that cocky attitude. The attitude that, I'm coming to play. I'm just as good as these guys. Yeah, you're all right out there, Joe Burrow. But you're in no way any match for the Pittsburgh Steelers when we're out in Cincinnati, man. Anytime we go out to Cincinnati, that's our second home. And listen, I always bring an extra pair of shoes, Wax, when I go to Cincinnati. You know why?
Why?
Because I wear out the first pair.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can stomp around with the big dogs in Cincinnati. So with that being said, we're going to kick Cincinnati's butt. That's definitely going to be a win in the victory column. And you know what that makes us?
Winners.
6-0.
6-0. Now, last year I jumped out the window to about 16 games. And y'all watch me do it. This year, I got glass in my foot when I did that. You know why? Because I jumped through the window. I'm just opening that bad boy up and I'm jumping out of it. Because the next week, Green Bay's coming to the crib.
Right.
So you know what happens when we play Green Bay. That's a dogfight to me.
Right.
Them boys, listen, them cheeseheads, they know how to play. They know how to play.
Now this is where the Aaron Rodgers stuff comes into play a little bit because it's kind of like they're coming back here, so he might be able to beat them or whatever. But I got us taking a loss on this one. I think Jordan Love is nice. I think they got a nice team. So I think we take back-to-back L's.
And I'm so proud of. I'm so glad I got that other friend that I can bring and watch the game with. Wax, how you feeling?
We take that dub.
My man. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad there's 3 of us.
It's all good.
Good.
I think we beat Green Bay at home, and they can't smell our socks.
All
Period.
right. I feel
we
the
hold
same way.
Love to about 200 yards passing, 30 yards rushing, and we shut them down completely.
My man.
All right.
All right. Now, this game has always been controversial. Why? Because of that Jerome Bettis fumble. If we didn't have Big Ben at the helm saving that doggone that fumble recovery, we lose that champion. We lose that. We lose the game. We don't become Super Bowl champs, and
Bettis doesn't go to the Hall of Fame.
like everything erases.
Right.
This game means so much more than the last game that that Green Bay game,
Right.
because I can't stand them cats. Even though they're not our rival, I don't like Indianapolis. You know what I mean? So I want to see them boys really play football as far as a top caliber team, because at this point we should be 8-0. We should be more or less. Our mouths should be watering to be in first position. Wax, what you feeling?
The same. I think we put a foot in their ass too, because like this is where we're gonna start catching our momentum. We're gonna go and demolish them.
Yeah, I think we win this one too.
So as far as I'm concerned, I have us at 8-0. We're at 6-2. Wax, where you at?
7-1.
Okay, now week 10. That's going to be a crazy game, because you get to see if that was the true. At this point, you get to see if it was true, if it was Harris or if it was us.
Nah, it was definitely Harris. Like, I mean, no matter what, it was his fault that he couldn't get out the mud.
Right.
I feel like, with or without a good line, he's mediocre at best.
You said that you've said that pretty much the whole season
And I
last year.
stand by it.
Dang, Wax.
10 toes down. He's not cut out to be a Steeler running back.
My man, I can respect that. Uy, what you feeling about this game?
This one is difficult for me because like we don't play good in California.
You think it's the weather?
It's just the travel. I think it's just the travel. But this is the last time we got to travel across the country this year, so I don't know. I'll give us the win. I'll say the win. It's a little iffy for me, but I'll say we'll take the win.
Are you giving us that win, or is this happening? Is this because we did beat the Chargers last time we played them,
Right? But
the only thing that changes is they have Harris now.
Right. They got Harris. Who's their quarterback now?
It was the Hubert.
Yeah, Herbert.
I always say Hubert. It was Herbert.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy.
So now, at this point, I'm going with the win against the Chargers for the simple fact that I do feel like we have something for Najee. I think he's going to have over 100 yards rushing, though.
On us? No,
Yeah.
I don't see that.
I feel it. They're going to draw up a scheme to where he might be able to eat.
I don't see that.
All right, well,
I don't see that.
That's to be
If
determined.
he does that, then we lose.
What? If he has 100 yards?
If he has 100 yards, if we give up 100 yards to Najee, that means they're beating our ass.
Okay, what if by then it's 41-10 us, and then we got the second, you know what I mean? Like, not the starters is over on the bench.
Well, then
You don't know what it was,
that
100
ain't
yards isn't hard to attain.
that ain't
in
a
a
real
game.
100 yards then.
Okay, it's still 100.
It was hard as hell for him to do it with us.
I'm saying this might be a revenge game for him. We don't know.
He's definitely going to be ready to play.
Right.
But his skills won't allow him to run all over us. Like, I mean, and that's why I said with or without blocking. Like, he's going to be slew-footed.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Now, this next game, it's going to feel like deja vu. And I feel like one of you two are going to change your opinion on the last time this name came up. This is Cincinnati Part 2.
I got us winning this one.
You do?
I got us coming back. We home, coming back for the revenge. You know what I mean? I got us winning that one.
Okay, now you was the one that switched because last time you said, my man, right here. There it is.
We're whooping their ass
You
this year.
damn right. It's going to feel like deja vu. Now, I always feel like if you do it one time, that's fine and dandy. But if you do it twice, it was meant to happen. Meaning I meant that second whooping. That second one was on purpose.
I meant that first one.
Yeah, no doubt. I meant the first one.
I know you're not disagreeing.
But the second one is to let everybody know that that wasn't no accident. That was supposed to happen.
Right.
Now, moving forward, this is week 12. Chi-Town, baby. Chi-Town. Now, being that we play in Chicago, how do you feel like we're going to do in this game?
I think we'll win that one. I think Caleb Williams is still young, so we can still kind of, if we can get after him, he'll have some problems.
Do you feel like he can control the tempo of a game yet?
Not yet. I don't think he's good. I think he still has room to grow.
Right.
And and Chicago is not the best place to groom quarterbacks either. So,
Right.
so I think he's gonna have some problems.
How about you, Wes?
We whooped that ass again. Like,
My God.
I feel like our defense is gonna start cracking him, getting him all nervous, getting him with happy feet in the pocket, and he ain't gonna be able to do what he usually does. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Scramble out the nah. We're gonna shut all that down, neutralize their run game, and lock their receivers up. I think the only person who might actually get off a little bit is one of their tight ends, and he ain't even gonna have over a hundo. So
So do I. I feel like everything you just said, you hit all the major arteries when it comes to pinpointing these bullet holes on when we're sending them out in Chi-Town. So with that being said, Caleb Williams, we're coming for you week 12. Now, this game right here is personal. This next game coming up, this is week 13. It's against a team that's been known to show up and show out. Now, if we have it to where we need it to be, and they perhaps have the young boy in there from Ohio State. What's his name, Wax?
well, tight lip Howard.
Yes, sir. Mr. Tightlip. It's going to be almost like a mirrored quarterback game. Their quarterback 6 foot, or their quarterback 6'5", our quarterback 6'5". Their quarterback can scramble in and out of the pocket. Our quarter can scramble in and out of the pocket. Now, do you feel like Buffalo is going to beat us? And if so, do you feel like this is going to be a game to where it's going to get ugly?
I think we take an L. Buffalo's they're a seasoned team. They know how to. They beat us before. And by this time they'll be probably hitting their stride.
It was bad conditions when we played that game, though.
But
It's gonna be bad conditions
right.
in November 30th too.
That's how you feeling, Wax? So you feel
I
like
mean, I don't think that's an excuse. Is
Right.
what I'm saying. I still feel like we might get the dub in Buffalo.
It's not.
At home.
That's what I was gonna
against
say.
Buffalo, but I think we get it. Like, hopefully by week 13, their organization starts to crumble a little bit. Like,
Right.
with injuries and people not on the same page.
Right.
I'm asking a lot.
Right.
And but I feel like we get that dub.
my guy. Now, I'm agreeing.
Oh, my bad.
I'm agreeing with him, just for the simple fact that if what he's saying is true, and we capitalize on containing, and it's like you said, we're asking for a lot, containing Josh Allen. If injuries set a foot on that team and we can contain Josh Allen, there's no way we're not. And we're at the crib.
But that's a lot of ifs, man.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I'm
granted,
saying.
if it was fifth, we'd all be drunk. Now, that's not to say it won't happen.
That's not to say that it will either.
Okay.
I don't see it. Like here I'm gonna ask you this. Like, this is a game right here where I think that whole Aaron Rodgers thing will come into play.
Okay.
Do you think? Because by this time it'll either Mason Rudolph will still be in there, or they have taken him out and put Will Howard in, which he's a rookie, and will get pounded out by Buffalo. I'm sorry, with a rookie quarterback. Or even Mason Rudolph. Now, if Aaron Rodgers is in there, do you think he fares better against the good teams? Like, since he's been there and done that, now he's 41, going on 42. Do you think he fares better against a team like Buffalo than what, the rest of the quarterbacks we got on the roster? Like, what's your ideas on? Because this is where the whole Aaron Rodgers thing comes to play right now. Can you beat the good teams? Because we can beat the bad teams, even with Mason or maybe Will Howard, or if they bring in another lower tier veteran. I think we can still beat some of those lower tier teams. But the good teams, the championship teams, do you think Aaron Rodgers fares better?
I mean, he would have to by virtue of experience, but I'd like to take it back to Ben Roethlisberger. There were so many games he was projected to lose based off the fact that he was a rookie. Some guys are just ready. The boy, the young quarterback Will Howard, he won. The young quarterback Will Howard, he won two different championships.
Right.
So I feel like the determination that this young man have is gonna allow him to be a good candidate to be in that starting position, dude.
Right.
Let me add on to that by saying I agree with you because of the comparison of him with Josh Allen, like, and especially Gruden saying you got the same mechanics as, like, I feel like that kind of gives him the motivation to
Right.
play up to par, if not even better.
So you're saying he got a lot to prove, and he's willing to do it.
Just
Right.
because of the comparisons
Right.
of him being the same shape and as fast as, if not faster than,
Right.
an already established quarterback. Because let's be honest, Josh Allen's that shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's the truth,
Right.
for real. But, like, I feel like he should. Our quarterback should come to play just to prove that he's amongst the elite, or could be.
At that point, be the Kobe to his Jordan, if you will.
Right.
And that's where I'm coming from. So if he's agreeing with me, it's based off the fact that, like, okay, you're a veteran. You've been here before. You've played a high caliber team and you know what to expect. But do you have the mechanics to pull it off?
Right.
The young boy Will Howard seems like he's fresh pair of legs, fresh set of eyes, fresh arm. I'm going with the young boy, man.
With a lot to prove and a chip on his shoulder.
And
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Like you said, rookies, you never know. But, like, what do you think about, like, back to the question, like, do you think Aaron Rodgers fares any better against Buffalo?
I don't, just because it's Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Had it been anybody else in that position that was a viable quarterback
Right.
that has his type of numbers, but Aaron's not that mobile, man.
No, he's not.
And his drop back, like them sometimes turn into bad plays,
Right.
man.
He still got the arm, but it's just he's getting the ball out super fast. But I think he's getting it out fast because he doesn't want to get hit.
Correct.
So, and I don't know if we have the. I don't know if Arthur Smith's offense is the kind that gets the ball out fast. I think he's more the 5-step drop, air it out type of dude. So I don't know.
Let me go on record to say, I'm tired of chasing after Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, of course, man.
Because it's like the analogy, like we were saying earlier, it's like asking the girl to the prom and her not giving you an answer until like the day before the prom.
Right.
And that shit's whack, man. That makes me feel like, what are we doing? Like,
and like we were saying, it's not like she's the finest girl in the school.
exactly.
She's a big body one that got pimples and shit.
A little bit of mileage.
Yeah, she's been
And
around a
Shorty
little bit.
Had 2 of them
Checking
in
that
high
oil.
school. She
Wow,
already had
2
2 kids. Yeah.
Twos?
Because she was in a long relationship with somebody.
Right.
From a freshman to a senior.
That's beastie.
And now we sniffing around waiting on her.
Yeah, like we passed up some baddies. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, she ain't going to hit us back until the day before the prom. Like, yeah, I'll go. Like,
Right.
we don't got shit set up for us the
Right.
next day.
And she ain't got nothing else better to do.
Right.
But there's a catch. Yeah, I'll go if you can get your sister to watch my kids.
Right.
I'm just saying, man. Because at this point, you're bothering Brenda.
Yeah, listen. Roonies. Let him go. I mean, the thought process to get Aaron Rodgers was good, but we should have did this a couple years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? When he was still in his prime. He's past his prime now.
And I could see it. I could even see doing it if he was like excited to be here and was like, how Russell was last year.
Yeah.
Like Russell was here in the city, showing love to the city, like throwing with all the receivers, getting his timing right, even though he didn't do anything with it. But at least he had an excitement with him. And Rodgers ain't even here. He don't show up. It's like, what are we doing with this dude?
Getting played.
Let's
Getting
get back.
played.
Let's get back to the
Yeah.
schedule, fellas,
Right,
because
right.
we could talk about that all day long.
But he comes into play and all the rest of them.
Right.
But good.
Now, week 14. This is where I feel like our team is going to be battle tested, Wax. This is where I feel like the guts, glory, and all that other shit that we talk about as far as being a desperado is going to come into play.
Okay.
We got your boy Jackson, Lamar, if you're nasty.
Right.
I don't like this cat, man. And I don't like him because he's not a good quarterback. I like him because he is a good quarterback and he has the potential to do what good quarterbacks do.
Right.
And that's fillet the whole offense.
Any way he wants.
So If he's out there calling the plays, it's a problem. I will say this. Hold on. You remember that phone that I had? It's under here. Mm-hmm. The one that I got Lamar Jackson's personal number on. Mm-hmm. Let me pick that up real quick. Hello? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know the first game's at Baltimore. Yes. All right, yeah, we'll be there. All right, my brother. All right, yep. I just got off the phone with him. He's shaking under the bed. This cat is on some Scooby-Doo shit, like, Scoob. He's shook right now, man. Yeah, that boy. This is the whole thing. We got that young man's number. He doesn't scare us. The last time they played us, they beat us, and they beat us good. And that was because that boy that was running the ball, man. He had a fit.
You're saying us very liberally. He scares me. I think we take this L. I just think we take the L in Baltimore. That's 2 in a row.
You ain't got nothing to say.
Didn't we beat them in Baltimore last year and they beat us at home?
Yeah.
They beat us the last game, and that's when you said, what's his name's going to go off, and he did.
Yeah, but
we played them
what
3
I'm saying
times.
is, in the regular season,
yeah,
we beat them at home, and then they came to Pittsburgh and beat us.
Bad.
And I feel like it's going to be, I think we get this dub in Baltimore, but when we play them the last game of the season, we lose. Because, like, we'll be in the playoffs, we'll be sitting people, depending on, like, who's in first or second in the AFC.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, I think we get this dub in Baltimore because they're going to be too cocky, you know what I mean, knowing their shit with a juggernaut for a running back and Pinky in the brain controlling the football.
I got you.
So you got us winning. Both y'all got us winning this one?
I do. I got us winning
We're
this one.
officially in Narnia.
Well, no. What we are right now, and I need you guys to say it on 3,
It's a
2, 1. In the playoffs. We're
Playoffs?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
We're in the playoffs with that.
Playoffs?
Because at that point, at my standpoint, we're 14-0.
I know.
At my standpoint, we're 13-0.
I know.
So that means 15, 16, 17, and 18 game. Okay, even if we was to lose those games, guess who's still in the playoffs, Cuzzy?
Listen.
Guess. We have a seat in the playoffs at that point. So I'm not even calling that. If a if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. So I'm not even saying if. I'm just giving you a reference point to go on.
And I just want to correct myself. I said officially, and that's not a real word.
It is. If you want it in Narnia, it is.
Right.
Listen, you want to know like how to use it in a sentence?
Right.
Man. This shit, right? Cheddar, we smoking is officially my top choice of smokage. Officially.
We are officially in Narnia.
Yes, we are.
Narniaville.
That word goes here. It's like I'm the president. That word is now
right.
like bling. Lil Wayne created that. So now, 13-0, we beat Baltimore. We're going to Miami. We're in Miami. It's hot out here. It's nice right now.
Right. Monday night.
So now, we got Mr. Hill. Does he scare you, dude, like he used to?
Nah, they don't scare me. They don't have their quarterback situation is crazy.
Right.
In dire
Yeah,
straits
so
right now.
they don't scare me. Plus he's trying to get out of there anyway, so by that time I don't even know if he'll be there.
But we all know when you're trying to get out of a situation, your contract's coming up.
Exactly.
So with that being said, he's just looking for a couple extra bucks.
Right.
Let him grind it out.
But that just also means dysfunction.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
And I like it. I like the chaos that's going on. I like him getting arrested. Even though, I mean, not arrested.
He's like, man, what the fuck I do to you?
Yeah. I like the commotion that happened around him getting pulled over and stuff. I don't want nobody to go to jail because that's crazy. But
He's
I like
my cousin.
Yeah, I like the controversy and all of that stuff that comes with him wanting out and
Right.
being like a problem player.
He was linked to us. I think I seen somewhere the Steelers where somebody was linking and said, should the Steelers try to trade for Tyreek Hill?
Man, if we ended up getting that young man and having him by the Miami game, bruh,
We'd have,
say it like Pusha T.
yeah.
Yeah.
Our receiving core would be crazy.
It would be solid, Wax. It would be set.
With still nobody to throw him.
Nobody. To throw
But
the
here's the
ball.
deal. Tyreek Hill, come on home, man. If they ain't treating you right down there, man, if they all in the videos, all on the, in the back scene and all of that stuff, man, come on down to Steelers, man. We'll get you situated, man.
Right.
But I'm saying, you said win?
Yeah, I said a win.
You said win, Wax? Okay. I said win as well. 14-0. Let's go. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. What are you shaking your head at?
Go ahead. Let's keep going.
All right, whatever, man. And when it happens and shit, I'm going to play this back and you're going to be looking all stupid. Like, now, this is where it gets a little tricky. This coach right here is probably one of the best and worst coaches that I've ever seen coach a team.
Right.
He's been in the playoffs, deep into the playoffs, 2 years in a row, projected to go far into the playoffs, even to the Super Bowl. I can't stand the fact that this dude, he just has like the Schleprock effect. Close, but yet so far.
Right.
Detroit. Well, a lot of the players call it Detroit. You know, they use the wrong syllable. They emphasize on the wrong syllable.
You remember what's his name?
Coach Asshole that calls dumb calls. Like, that's what I'm going to call him.
I beg to differ. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but he has Detroit playing up to par.
He does, man.
I mean,
but when it comes to big games, Wax.
True, because he hasn't been there. But, like, what I'm saying is, do y'all remember how long Detroit had stunk it up?
Yeah.
For years.
Decades.
For years.
Decades.
Him to come there and turn it around is unimaginable. I mean, you're right about him stinking it, crapping the bed in the big game, but like he's getting them to the big game now.
I agree.
Yo, what's Detroit's coach's name?
I'm going to call him Coach Dipshit.
Okay.
Because he calls some of the most bizarre calls when it's crunch time. I think it's Danny Campbell or something like that.
Right. That's it.
But I don't believe that brother, when it comes down to like, okay, we're going to call a timeout. It's 26-23 them. Mm-hmm. We're on our 40. We got 1 minute and 51 seconds left. And I got 2 more of these bangers to burn.
Right.
I got 1 minute and 53 seconds to get this ball to pay dirt. Or at least kick a field goal to tie it up.
Right.
He doesn't understand how to put his X's with his O's. I mean, I know you're going to give him the benefit of the doubt because of what he brought that team from, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put a fast as hell running back with another fast as hell running back with all fast Florida receivers.
Listen, if this was the playoffs, then I would say we might win if we was on top of of our game at that point. This is regular season. And they're nice in the regular season.
They are. They're just nice. Period.
I'm taking a loss on this one.
But why do you think I said he's one of the greatest coaches and the worst coaches all in the same?
Yeah, I agree with the dumb shit that he does in the playoffs. But this ain't the playoffs.
I get
the regular season.
I respect that.
And it's on a short week.
So you're calling a loss?
Yeah, I'm taking an L on that.
What you thinking, bro?
I'm taking the L too. I mean, like, to be honest. I feel like he got them boys clicking on all cylinders. And, I mean, if they come out like they did last year.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're playing at Detroit, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So.
On a short week.
Yeah. So,
Slightly short week.
Take that L. I feel like we take that L.
I just want to go on the record to say, hey, I can respect both of y'all's opinions to, feel the way you feel. That fly that they see us looking at, it's digital. Just like R. Kelly's piss was digital, on the Chappelle show, that fly was digital. We're going to beat Detroit. I don't think that coach is smart in any way, shape, or form when it comes to, like, strategically calling a game.
And ours is strategically.
Relax over there.
We have a strategic coach.
I feel like
relax.
What Tomlin can put together, it's a lot better than what Campbell got going on. And as far as in the art of war,
all right.
I think in that book, Sun Tzu, they said it best, Jiggy Yun Jin Un Sunda. That means stop, or I'll shoot. So Yun Ji Un Jiggy Young Sunday. Now listen, it's if you want,
that's Korean.
it is Korean. But I just thought it was fitting for the situation and like how Sun Tzu would probably have said it. But if he was, he would have said Yun Jiggy Young Sunday.
Look, you're doing too much.
Right, fuck you. Fuck you. But so now listen. I'm at the point to where it's 15. Now, granted, this sounds like deja vu, bruh.
I know.
From last year. We're 15-0. We're 15-0 right now. Do y'all see that? 15-0. Remember where you heard it first, because I'm going to make a point to when we are 15-0 for the first time in a long time, we're going to rewind this point and close your eyes.
See
how you fucked up by
wake
Tupac
up from
moment?
that dream and be like, oh shit, we're 11-5.
See how you fucked up my Tupac moment? And we'd be 16. We'd have had 16 games by then. I'm talking 15-0. Get your shit together, dude. But when we're 15-0, I'm going to get this part right here, this little sequence right here. I'm going to need you to get your popcorn and whatever it is, close your eyes, rewind this part, and picture me rolling by myself without them two, because they're non-believers. So I'm 15-0 on the mountaintop, moving forward.
So hold on, 15. No, we'll keep going. I'll ask you afterward.
Well, I'm glad you will, because the next game we're playing Cleveland. Mm-hmm. In Cleveland. You see how I took that V out. I told y'all we don't put the V in. We just don't.
I got us winning that one. Yeah, I got us sweeping Cleveland.
Okay. Wax.
I got us winning. But it's going to be a tough fight game, and we might lose a couple soldiers because we're going to be playing hard. It's going to be the end of the season.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's 3 days after Christmas. So everybody's going to be all fat and cocky with turkey and stuffing still in their system.
I got you.
You know how, like, you have, like, a holiday hangover.
You do this a lot.
No matter what you're eating.
Right.
So I feel like we dropped that game.
That's crazy, bro, because I feel the exact opposite.
I know you do.
I feel like we get ready to take foot to ass and go bloop, 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 and beat their ass. And guess what, dude? We're not even staying in Cleveland that night. We're packing our bags, getting right back on the shuttle. It's going to take us to the damn airport or the bus station.
They ride the bus.
That's fine, because it's an hour and 15.
Right.
I sell it to my friends for $1.5. We're going to beat that ass, and we're coming straight back home that night. Roads are going to be fantastic. Even if it snows, it's going to be, like Wax said, right after Christmas. All their outfits is going to be bought and all of that. They're going to have their Christmas stuff on, and they're going straight to the crib. Now, that's not the question. The question is part 2 of that doggone Baltimore beef. You know they like to say iron, all that. You know what I mean? I ain't all worried about that. I'm worried about that victory and what's going to happen.
Me personally, I got us taking another L.
You would have.
I do. I'm trying to be realistic. I don't see it. I don't see us having a great season this year. So I think we'll be serviceable, and maybe we'll sneak in.
Wax, what you think?
I think we dropped that game too.
Both of y'all?
Mm-hmm. And only because it's the end of the year, like I said, we're going to be maybe resting some people, and we're not going to really come to play because it's not going to matter because we're already in the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, that's where my mind is.
Right. Well, here's the deal, Wax. It's okay when he disagrees with me. But when you disagree, man, because we always have the optimistic view. Dude, on the other hand, that motherfucker be like, he got Lyme's disease.
I called the season right last year.
But he just knows he's a glass half empty type of guy.
I'm realistic. I
live
in the real world.
We call it glass half empty in Narnia because the glass is always supposed to be half full. Like I said, he'll be like, my turtle got Lyme's disease. He'll deal with it, but I'm okay with it because I'm like, all right, well, the turtle got Lyme's disease. What's the worst that could happen? Me personally, I'm saying we get this victory. We have a flawless season, and I'm not saying no losses is happening. We're 17-0,
all right,
ready to go.
So 17-0. That means we got an MVP candidate on the team, right? who is your MVP? Like who's getting us to this 17-0, this mythical
Narnia
Zeus?
creature.
Yeah.
It's going listen. It's
This
going to be a
mythical
team
Narnia
endeavor. It's
creature.
going to be a team endeavor. And you know what I'll do? I'll reserve my right to say, tune in next week. I'll give you the answer. They're going to have to tune in next week, Wax.
Okay.
Because you know what they do say. All good things must come to an end.
Right.
So, with that being said, dude, I can't tell them that information right now because everybody behind us is telling us like this. They're doing this. They're saying ramp up. So, I mean, by rights, I have to wrap it up.
All right.
DWI Studios, man,
So I got us
sticklers.
I got us at 10-7. What you got us at, Wax?
13-4.
Okay.
Man, I'm at 17, and listen, I'm sitting fat up here. I'm in Narnia, man. Listen, and I'm up here by Moose Point.
Right.
So y'all can kick rocks. And I will say this: in the event that we are 17-0, there's room in here for y'all. But I got to get the stench off y'all. And listen, you just can't come to where I'm at. So y'all's gonna have to be in like one of those. What is that? In between heaven or hell?
Limbo.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to limbo.
Purgatory.
See what
Yeah, purgatory for about
That's
4 weeks.
True. I'm kind of in Narnia now. Like, let's be honest.
Well, you can't be one
You
foot
know,
in and one foot
I
out.
mean,
Wax.
yes, you can.
Are you in or out?
Because that's what Narnia is.
He got an Airbnb. Wax got an Airbnb
I'm
in
not
Narnia.
jumping out the window. I'm creeping out the back door.
My God.
Alright?
Well, I
But,
appreciate it.
I mean, I'm here too. Like, cause like.
You mean
know,
in reality?
Yeah, I'm on both sides. You know, I'm hoping that we do fantastic this year, but like we got shit stacked up against us going
get
into
it.
the season. So
And me, I'm on the shore as y'all ship off. Like
yeah,
I can't help
they're
it.
never coming back this time.
I can't help it that you're the father of the bunch.
like I'm just trying to be optimistic. You
Like
know
this,
what I mean?
this motherfucker's over here like, we're eating oats. Like, come on, bruh. Why you got us eating oats with your polo?
Can I get some honey with my oats?
No, it's just pure oats.
Right.
As a matter of fact, listen,
Porridge.
that's why me and this cat hate eating at the McDonald's with this cat. You know why? Last time he told the waitress to rip them cheese off them burgers. He was like,
Steam the bun.
Yeah, he was like, excuse me, honey, them buns over there are fine. They were like, we was like, they're in a bag. See this? He was like, honey, rip the cheese off them burgers and give these kids
I
water.
want some steamed
Listen.
hams.
Here's a hack for McDonald's: get your cheeseburger with a steamed bun.
See?
It changes the whole shit.
We don't like steam buns. I say get the steam bun.
Steam that shit.
Okay. So would
Got
that
some
be?
Skinner steamed ham.
I'm telling you, order your cheeseburger with your double cheese with a steamed bun, like the bun that they make with the fillet of fish. That shit's a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Velvety.
Ain't he? That motherfucker over there trying to give tips on a Steelers segment, man. Listen, the tips that they're going to get is going to come straight back at them next week. Reason why is because we're coming back at the same time, same location, different material.
That's it.
Peace.
Peace.